Is it related to the that you want to have the output separately for each
Yes.
phase?
I mean, do you have an example that you back up in the plugin? Like where you have all the intermediate file that have been saved? Because I'm just afraid that if something is broken and we can't reproduce, we can't relaunch the big reduce model API, we have no way to know at which moment it is broken. No, for example, we don't know exactly, I mean, if the output of phase 2 is wrong, how do we know?
I know that Felix told me to check the temporary files. I mean, to execute them with run so far, right? To see if there is some error. But the thing is, yeah, okay. So let's say that I see the error from the model order mapping, but I don't know exactly if it is something wrong in the process of the plugin or it is something wrong in the component of model order mapping. Yeah.
Yes.
What would be, in fact, what would be useful is you take one of the, I mean, the simplest example you have, and you just have a folder where you have all the data and a script that say, okay, now phase 1, you launch this this file, which is the original file. It will write, it will output a debug scene. Then next phase, you take in input the debug file, I don't know, for example, the mode or something, and which will be the output. In fact, to have a script where it does all the process, but without rewriting everything, just to have the results of the different phase.
Yeah, you mean to have, for example, the Diamond Robot, the original phase, and instead to have the phase 1, 2, 3, to have a Daemon phase 1, which is manually changed without all this complicated machinery so you can read really
what
the
is
difference.
The difference between the two phases.
I got it.
The thing is, after each phase, we have some outputs, like in the data directory or whatsoever, and there are also some outputs in the temporary files. So what we want is to have all the outputs separately for each phase that we can actually debug it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. To have one example where all the thing is written clearly, and so you have a reference of this.
Yeah, I think it's a bit what you did for Specular. I mean, for the organ.
Even much kind of. Yeah. But there is still a lot of change. But
okay. Yeah, don't switch.
Maybe write it in a to do somewhere.
Yes. For us, in fact, the idea is really to be able to know where to debug. In fact, when something is wrong. But yeah, first we will go through the new doc.
There is not so much still, but
yeah, okay. And in fact, what I was just saying, having the intermediate results, it would be useful for regression test. I mean, for the test, for the plugin process, because you could launch each phase independently and check the result with references.
Okay. I don't follow for this, but yeah, maybe. Yep. Speaking of things to do, I have 2 documents I'm working with. For this one, where there is all the task pending. It's here in the clavardage. No, it's a note on my side, but maybe can be. It's the to-do folder I was using for my contract, but yeah, most of it is to-do. So a big part is a to-do about model order reduction. Another part about Specular, but maybe you can check it a bit. And I also use a lot Trello. Maybe less than before.
Okay.
There is model order reduction Trello. I will show you, and if you are interested, I can. And if you're interested, I can share it with you. I rename it to work to do, but mainly there is like task.
There's a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, it depends. Yeah.
No, because but in fact, you could do nearly the same directly in the GitHub repository. There is a kind of Trello integrated.
Yeah. I've never project.
Yes. Project.
Yeah. So maybe in fact it can be transferred, or you can
it
create.
Would be. I mean, I think.
Yeah, it will be better for public and for.
And
I always work kind of alone on this project, so.
Yeah. But, I can do. It's quite easy.
Yeah.
And I can rewrite. If you can send me the Trello.
But at least the Trello is there is a mix of not personal but other stuff.
Okay. Everything that is in the Trello is inside the README.
Yeah, basically. And if it's not, I will write it this afternoon.
So I will just use the notes on my side.
Yeah. Concerning model rejection, we can maybe end it here, and I can go back to the colliding organ a bit if you want.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for the model order plugin. Speaking of the original scene, does it make difference if we put the only one solver in the root node, or we have to add the solver for each node? Because this is something that I experienced. It makes difference when you use the default animation loop or with the free animation loop. When you use the free animation loop, you cannot really add different solvers for nodes because it causes problems. But with the default animation loop is okay. So my question is more about the plugin. If it affects the result of the reduction or not. Because for the example that I sent you by mail.
I still haven't,
I put the solver in the root node. I removed them from the nodes of the liver and the particle. And when you open the debug scene, you don't see the solver. I mean, yeah, so that's why I don't know, because for the original scene, it is okay. You see, when you animate the scene, it's fine. You see the animation. But I'm not sure if it is okay for the way that the plugin works.
Just to be clear again, the debug scene is not, there is no solving inside this scene, right?
Yeah,
this debug scene is just, I talked to it a bit with Samuel yesterday. It's just a record. It's really a record. And we play back data. and so there is no if there is solver, there is no need, because we force the position with the read state. And
just for me to remember, if you have for this one you have 4 actuators.
Yeah.
So in the debug scene, you will see.
Yeah, only 2. Right now.
Yeah. This is also confusing.
Yeah, I agree. So.
But you will have the 4 motion replayed, or there is one debug scene per actuator.
No. At the end of phase 1, it aggregates all the state file into one. So it's.
So you will see the 4.
Yeah, and what you see here is a sequence of all the different scenes put together.
Yes.
But that's true that it's not the record is not continuous. I mean, it's there is a period of recording, so maybe you can miss some details, maybe. So you have to know that. But yeah, the debug scene is really a record, a position record. And that's why it's not a problem that there is only 2 actuators, because there is no.
Yes.
But it is. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, it's really strange that there is only 2. Yeah.
So then back into the topic of the solver. So it doesn't make difference if you repeat the solver for each node or only put one for the root node?
According to the wrapper, no. I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so, I'm sure that for the animation loop, it makes difference.
Yes, but as Felix said, he's not changing the animation loop. In fact, he's using exactly the same input scene, just replacing the FEM.
Yeah. So then it will cause problem, because, for example, if you pass 3 animation loop, and in your original scene you pass different solvers for each node, at least for the original scene it causes problem. So I'm sure that it will cause problem for the reduction too.
Yeah, maybe another question. Do you know, Felix, if the hyper reduced FEM are working with direct solver? Because we use direct solver in one of the examples, but I mean in the example that is not working. I know that the FEM has to implement the apply GT and things like this.
I don't know. It's true that we mostly work with
sparse LD solver.
Yeah, and we are solving implicit. So, but yeah, we just have to check. But I don't know. I didn't. It's not my not my part really. But yeah, we can check. But normally, for example, the hyper reduced heterogeneous force field, it's a copy of the tetrahedron force field. So normally, if the method can be direct for the tetrahedron force field, there is no reason it's not possible for the hyper-reduced tetrahedron force field. At least in my mind. There's that force. Yeah.
Do you know that the reason that sometimes that the RIDs are empty?
For the race shape, for example?
Yes. I mean, in the hyper reduction component, sometimes that we have the message that the RID is empty. So it is also the case for my scene. I mean, it doesn't make, I mean, when it prints after doing the reduction, the list of the active nodes is empty.
Yeah.
And
this list of active nodes was removed in one of my current pair because it's an old mechanism that is not used anymore.
You change that in the model order plugin or in the colliding organs?
For inside the plugin.
Hmm.
Did we lose Eric? By the way.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's really good at not moving.
It seems that yeah. Okay.
Yes, when the RID is empty, if it's for race shape, it's not really a problem. But if it's for the tetrahedron, hyper-reduced tetrahedron,
Yes.
it's really a problem because it means that it doesn't. It's not. In fact, it's not doing hyper reduction because it's not.
Exactly.
It doesn't have a reduced integration domain.
Yeah. So yeah, this is actually my problem for now, and that's why when I open the reduced scene, I see the full FVM model, not the reduced ones.
Yes. Welcome back. Without, yeah.
Totalement planté, en fait.
Ouais. On se disait que t'étais bien fixe.
Non, tout fonctionnait sauf Internet. Mon réseau. Sorry. So what were we saying? I don't remember.
If we have anti-RID, it's
okay.
It can be, or it can, depending of if it's a race shape or a tetrahedron force field, it can be an issue. Yes. And that's your issue currently, apparently.
Yeah, it is for the tetrahedron FVM force field.
Okay.
The thing is, so Ronak, in your example, in phase 2 is working. Phase 3, it's creating. This doesn't create the GIE.
GIE. Yeah.
GIE.
File. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it actually makes the GIE files, but the files are empty because sometimes I had also before some examples that it didn't even make the GIE file, so it caused error in the plugin that there is no GIE to read.
Yeah.
But this case is different. This case is different that the GIE files are generated, but there is nothing inside it. It is empty.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something different.
I will. I didn't have time to check your scene, but I will. I will this afternoon. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Is it okay for more? Do you want more?
More.
Or do I speak quickly about colliding organ for Claire and Pierre, if they are still here? Which I doubt.
Yeah, still here, listening. Don't worry.
I don't remember what I represented about this scene, but I will do a quick overview, and if you want some detail on some point, we will go into detail on it later. So again, For the moment, no one, unfortunately, has played with it, right? Which is an issue. I know that Samuel, you have a working model order reduction plugin now. So maybe you can try to clone it and do something with it. So just to, and you too, maybe, Ronak. So collecting organ again. Two main folder, XML and Python. So here in Python is mostly my work.
Yeah, but the problem we have to execute the colliding organ scene is that there's some plugins from Mimesis,
Yes.
Mimesis, but
but I made it in order to be able to at least run it without any of their plugin. So
I deactivated some lines.
Yeah, Ronak, maybe come on.
Sorry. Sorry. I deactivated some lines. It was related to the plugins that I don't have them on Windows. But I had some other errors. Which, I didn't spend that much time to actually unfix.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's normal. But yeah, Eric, so for your interest, you can play it without any of the Mimesis plugin. So I've predefined the settings, which is a DOM file, which is kind of a YAML file. And inside, for example, I have defined the without CUDA. And inside it, you only need, in fact, Sofa Python 3.
Okay.
But if you need the needle and the needle collision, you're obliged to have the Mimesis plugin. But if you just want to see the scene with the bracing, you can do without CUDA and Mimesis.
The collision is done using
it's a brute force collision pipeline. Yeah. So just to show you, because it's something I have shown last time. I finished with this. There is like an header folder where if I have for example CUDA collision setting, it will use the CUDA pipeline. If not, it will use standard pipeline. Ronak.
So and there is also one TOML file which is called required.
Yeah. This one.
So I had some for those external plugins in line 60 to 68. So I did commented. I did comment them. Then after running again, colliding organs with insertion Python scene file, I had other errors. Do you have any idea?
You have to know that this tool also is a Mimesis plugin. So if you don't have them, quick reminder for Eric. How I launch my scene is that I have a default configuration, so which is a required file. And then I can launch my scene with another configuration file that will add some argument. So here I will launch it with CUDA only, for example, and it will add all these arguments that allow me to put a specific template for my model or my collision. So, for example, that allow me when doing reduction or phase 3, we'll say, to still have a CUDA template for my collision and to have a Vex 3D for my model. And other and also specifying that I'm not doing hyperreduction, but I'm preparing it, but blah, blah, blah. But it will always launch it with a required configuration. And here, if I launch it with this external plugin variable will écraser, will overwrite this one. So yeah. And for your issue, Ronak, maybe we can see right now all together.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that.
Yes, I will share my screen.
And yeah, and so in this record file, mostly what I do is that I give all the standard required plugin to avoid all the warnings that is bothering, and I give also the mesh I want, and I separate it, the model mesh, the visu mesh, and the collision mesh. And I put standard stuff, and this is general variable. So you've seen for the collision, for example. So maybe you can share.
Yes.
Take the lead. Maybe I need to stop sharing.
I don't.
Up.
So do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the last time that we talked to you, so you talked about this line, right? It's line 23 of colliding organs with inversion Python file.
Wait, yes.
So it was with CUDA, so I changed it to without CUDA, I guess. So this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, maybe.
And I commented the lines related to the, I think they are related to
Yeah.
And then I had some errors that were coming from external plugins in this required TOM file. So this is where I made them in comment mode for all of them.
Show me your current.
And the terminal.
Yeah.
And now,
Yep, I know it is. So you're not up to date, I guess. We speak quickly with it. So line 26 of the header.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
there is a particular component that is specific to the
26 is here.
Yeah, so just comment it out. It's the collision. It's a component for the collision coming from a plugin of Mimesis, and I've updated the scene to fix that. You will need to close and run it again.
I have to. Okay.
Yeah, because when you reload the scene, it will reload the file from which it was launched, but it won't reload all the files that were imported. That's why when you do external changes, it won't take them into account.
Okay. Uniform mass.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. At least I see the scene. Yeah.
Hurrah!
Yes.
Hurrah. And play it to see if it crashes, which is the second thing.
Our happiness won't last.
Okay.
So what should I see here?
You can stop it, and put it so you see it from the front, because here you under it. No, it's okay. I mean, just stop the animation and put you.
I already stopped it. Okay. And
Yeah. So change the view so we are face to it. Because,
like this.
Nope.
Where is the front of that?
Yeah. Now you will learn how the organ are organized. Yep.
Well, yeah. So this is the first time that I see this in. At least I see that. Yeah.
And if you double click, it will automatically put a face. Double
like
click. Yeah. Depending on which angle you are, it will put.
Okay, so let them first decide which angle. This is okay like this.
Here you're looking into the top, the side.
Yeah.
And the front is.
The purple tube should go to the top.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then double click.
Yeah, double click. And up, and you're on the other side. Do a rotation.
You're looking for the back. From the back. But it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Great. And now you can double click again. It will put it. Okay, perfect. And then you can save the view. Which will help you in the future, because when you will launch again the scene, it will. Okay, so normally if you play it now, if you animate, it should have a bracing motion, but because it's it will be really slow because due to all the collisions. Right now it's the collisions issue, but I'm really happy that at least one of you has seen that works.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can, if you're yeah.
What is this info? So I don't have to take care about this information that I'm printing here.
All this info is it's matrix linear systems that were created for the collision, I guess. And right now, if you're courageous, we can try to do a reduction.
Okay, so so maybe now you can explain it, and then we see that how you do that. Then.
Yeah, and so you do it, and I explain by doing so.
Okay.
So you open the. No, continue sharing your screen. Go back to the
so you
editor.
want now to see the code.
Yeah, okay. Show me the editor. So now you go into script, in the script folder, and you open the reduce organs. Sorry. Okay. So here are the different phases, and for phase, the thing is that if you want to reduce it now with your configuration, you will have to change phase 1, because it's still using CUDA template.
Okay.
So for example, if you look into phase. Yeah. If you look into phase 1, generate a snapshot configuration, it's only giving a template argument, I think. And I think, you can change it by without CUDA, and it will be enough.
Okay, so
because here the only thing that is is also CUDA template, except from the lever, because again we do, and maybe you can look into it at some point, Eric, just for you, if you don't know what to do, is that there is a subset multi-mapping that is used to separate the different elements of the lever into two different mechanical objects. And this subset multi-mapping doesn't work with CUDA. it's implemented in CUDA, but when I use the CUDA template, it crash.
Okay.
And
so now I cannot uncomment this.
Yeah, you you will need to do not comment it, but change the phase one generation by without CUDA. And normally it's okay.
So this is here.
Either you manually change every CUDA vectorf by vect3d because you didn't load the CUDA plugin. So it won't work.
Okay. Or the other option.
Or you change the setting with without CUDA pointed to TOML.
So this is when I launched it, I used that. So let me close this. I guess you don't see the. Okay, so this is when I call the. You see my screen without CUDA.
Yes.
Okay, so do I need to add another thing here when I launch the scene?
No. For the reduction, it's a Python script you execute and you don't launch run so far. So it will be different.
So I go back to this. So what should I change here then? So it is
the line 61, you change phase one generate snapshot by without CUDA. You change this configuration file.
So the name is like this. I have no idea.
You can check it's inside settings. There is a There is no phase one generate snapshot without CUDA because I haven't done it, but maybe
okay. So there is maybe I can do. Okay, I see.
Maybe you can create one, but normally it will be the same as the setting without CUDA. That's why I'm telling you to replace it with without CUDA.
Okay, so what I can do is to just copy another file and then change CUDA to only vector3, and then also to change that line to use that file, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I can
either that or putting inside the phase one function header settings the argument that you can then change when you
want. Okay.
Samuel, on your side, it can be great if you can try to launch the scene.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it now. So we'll check.
Without forgetting to comment the different.
I just can't share my screen because I'm doing it on my laptop.
Yeah, he has a really strange error, Eric, that he will need to create an issue or I don't know, but he has a crash on his Ubuntu compilation, like the force field crash with a strange error message. It crashed at the it's like it's trying to destroy the force field. We don't know why, and it crashed at this function.
At compilation or running time?
No, in execution.
Okay. But you mean in any just for this scene or
no, for any scene when it tried to use a force field, a hyper reduced force field, it crashed without executing it, just by loading it.
Yeah, and it's only on my work laptop, my personal laptop. It's working okay, without any difference in the build.
we won't debug it now, but it's an issue that need to be. I think it's really like specific issue and won't.
Maybe the debug drawing of the model of the film.
I think I had something a bit similar. I'm not sure this is the same. This is exactly the same because I didn't see your error. But
maybe you can show it. Maybe you can show it, Samuel, so we are on the same base.
Yes, actually, while launching it, it crashed at the with the constructor of the hyper-reduced FEM force field. I don't know if this is the same thing, but
it seems the same. Yeah.
When I wrote prints inside the constructor, the constructor, it stopped crashing, and I talked about it with Adrien, who said that maybe some could slow a thread down, for example, and that's something that could help. But I don't know why.
Some process, it's due to threading, you think?
I don't know. We didn't talk about this for a very long time, but this is something I observed as well.
Okay. And you fix it by like putting some random MSG info or this kind of stuff inside.
Yeah, just STGC out.
Yeah. Okay.
And it works.
Okay. Maybe you can test it, Samuel. Then. It's really strange. Okay, so that's good to know that you have the same issue, Claire. That's good, not really good, but maybe it's not so small issue.
But typically, this kind of issue, it means that you are using the pointer to the FEM, and it doesn't have time to be created before you are using it. So it would be good to debug that. It would be good to just create a simple scene and just create the FEM even with empty mesh, empty things, just to see if it crashed already. Or if it is in the Python scene that you are using, but if maybe you access it too early.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's this error.
It's a destructor, not a constructor.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a C++. Probably either there's something in the destructor that is not well free, or you are forgetting to overwrite the destructor.
It's not overwrite the destructor, but I don't. It's at least for me, it's really strange that I haven't got this error myself, or it's really like system dependent.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, because it's not.
Samuel, what is your configuration? Ubuntu.
Yeah, it's Ubuntu 22, and I'm building all the same stuff like from the master. I tried the master. I tried the version 20C12 and 20C06.
Wow. I will tell you.
I did.
I'm currently building a model order reduction on my Ubuntu also, so I will let you know.
Yeah, and I did the same build on my personal laptop. That's the one that is working right now, and okay. I did the same build. I told Felix this morning the only difference that my personal laptop has an NVIDIA, so I have the drivers and the CUDA and all this stuff. But I don't think this is related at all. So that's the only difference.
Okay.
I tried the colliding organs, and it seems to be working.
Great. Good news. Okay.
Felix, it's supposed to be very slow, right?
Yeah, it's really slow. So maybe we can stop now and come back at 2. And the objective this afternoon will be to do a reduction, so that you both do a reduction. Maybe it will be really slow because you don't have the CUDA plugin, but at least you will have done the process on time, and so you will be maybe able to do it again. Sorry, Claire, for this morning. Maybe it was a lot of information, not really useful for you.
No problem.
If you want, you can still come this afternoon and also test it on your side, and with all the plugin, in fact.
Okay. For us,
yeah, you have something?
Sofa Python 3 is not working for us yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can try it without assist, right? Or you only have a working sofa with assist?
I could try without, but recently I had compiling issue with CUDA. There's something I need to fix.
Yeah, so maybe you can do the same thing, just compile without CUDA and do without. It's a bit a shame for you, but
okay, I can try that. I'm just not sure I will be able to attend the entire session, but
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.